Okay. Um, Hello there. I'm Daniel. Uh, so I'm going to be working on modeling some buildings now that I have time after work. And I'll just give a little intro to what I'm working on. So I am planning out a little neighborhood kind of um, model, and it's called Forum Viridae. It's part of a world that I'm building as well. And this neighborhood consists of several streets and a plaza in the middle. Um, I'm going to be modeling one street at a time, uh, starting with Oak Street here, Via Quercus. I named all of the things in Latin just because I like the Latin language. It just sounds, um, I just find it fun um, to name things after Latin, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna start modeling. I'm just gonna bring up a window here. Via Quercus, and then unit number 1. On this map I have here, I've indicated the approximate heights of each building in terms of story numbers. So around the plaza, you've got the tallest buildings, and then uh, on each street, you have shorter buildings as you go out. I'll say more about this project later, but really I just want to get started modeling. I'm not the best with words, especially not in presentation. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna play some of my latest tunes some of my tunes from throughout this year, and I will also start modeling. So first things first, I've already created a Blender stub file for unit number 1, which is this little 3-story building here in the bottom right that I'm hovering over. I have some reference photos for this neighborhood. This Forum Viridae, which translates in Latin to green square, is actually one neighborhood in a city-state that I've named Primavera, as in first spring. So before I get into describing the neighborhood, I'll just get into the reference photos that I've gathered already for this. I'm going for a building in the French Renaissance style. The entire neighborhood's going to have that character to it. So if I wanted to mix and match some of the elements that I wanted in this specific building here, suppose I might definitely interested in the roof lines that I've captured from the reference photos I took for this. I don't have an exact plan for this building, but I guess it's best to just get started. So first things first, let's get the footprint of this building. If I look at this diagram in draw.io, I know that it's 40 points by 60 points, and that means, according to this legend, it is about 10 10 meters by 15 meters. Okay, so I will draw an approximately 10 by 15 cube, or rectangular prism. Maybe I'll do it one floor at a time, as I've been doing lately. So this building is a 3-story building. I think the first floor I'll give it about entryway about 5 meters of height. Let's try that. I think I'll actually place this up. Okay, I'll apply the scales on this building. I'll get this project a little more organized. I'm designing the first floor now, and a method that I've developed for designing these kinds of buildings in Blender is to organize elements that need to be subtracted apart from elements that need to be added. Now it's easy to get carried away with like I guess I'm often guilty of scope creep when I work on these kinds of projects. You know, I start with a French Renaissance base, and then suddenly I'm thinking to give it a, you know, there's a Toronto style called the Bay and Gable House, and I'm thinking to give it that flair all of a sudden, but I kind of have to follow a more disciplined approach and keep things uniform to some extent. Hmm. Okay, I'll create a larger cube in case the door needs to go a bit deeper. Six. I wonder. I'm not, unlike my wife, I don't know anything about Blender, so, so I am learning as I go, with only a bit of experience. Okay, 0 meters here. Okay, so I can do that. Okay, so one side, the back side of this building is going to face out onto a park. And the front will face out onto a street, probably with a courtyard. So it's important to distinguish the door front from the door back. I'm just renaming the data blocks here. I think that's what they're called. No, it's the mesh data. With buildings, it makes sense to use a lot of duplicates that are linked. That way, if I wanted to change the windows, I could just change one master here, like, for instance, like this. Oh, and, oh wait, scales don't, at least not in this mode. Okay. And it will propagate to everything else. So that saves me a bit of trouble. Let's move that there. 180 degrees. Window back. So it's pretty much symmetrical on the first floor. One side's gonna face out to the park, that is. One side's gonna face out to the road. I guess I don't really need to finalize too many. There's no finalizing anything at this point, so I don't really need to be so careful about all of these proportions and everything. Okay, so I'll start planning out the second floor. Okay. 7.5. So I'm renaming it in a bunch of places here. There's the mesh data, which is kind of like I guess if you're familiar with programming, then it's kind of like renaming the class these objects. And then there's also renaming the instance. Now, I have a creative decision to make here. Typically, the first floor of a building is different from the second, is unique among the floors. You know, after the first or second floor, you get, maybe you get more regular windows. You get windows that are the same on each floor above the first floor. So, with that in mind, I'm not going to actually do a linked duplicate of these windows, but before that, I'm just going to think whether the floor should be a different height altogether. 5 meters per floor. Okay, that's acceptable. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to do this, and I guess I'm going to do an unlinked duplicate. I should take all of these. Maybe I look at my references here. I did think just now to do something like in this there's this specific shot where you've got these windows with balconies. Okay. So maybe I'll name these something else. I used to do all of this modeling in voxels. It's limiting, but it's also very, that type of constraint actually makes it easier to just get ideas down, because you don't have to worry about what the measurement is on each thing when there's just this base cube that's a unit, 1 by 1. Everything is built from that. Whereas when I work with Blender, it's very easy to get caught up in the actual proportions of things. Because this is a 3-floor building, we won't see too much of that, I guess, that uniformity of windows across floors, because because I want a tripartite division in terms of window patterns. What will that look like? Stay tuned. Okay. This building happens to be sandwiched on both sides by taller buildings, so it doesn't really require any modeling of the in-betweens. Okay, alright, what all did I just duplicate? Let's move all of this into a third folder, or a third file, floor rather. I guess 3 floors, 3 stories does not include the roof.
Hello!
Yee, it's my whip. Wait, you're not on camera, are you?
I was.
You are on camera, right? I can't.
I am.
You are no longer.
I will not disappear.
Oh my goodness. I guess the roof's gonna be my first piece of real geometry here. What shape do I have in mind for the roof? If I look at my references, I might have something to base it off of. Let's see what this shot looks like. Okay. Yay, Whippy. Oh, thank you, Whippy. Alright, it's a bit brighter now. wonder. Okay, guess as I continue to learn, let's try something. I don't know if this will work, but it will be a fun and informative experiment nonetheless. I have an idea. Let's see if it'll work out. Maybe if I do it only in the front, it'll finally give the front something to distinguish it. Okay, so I'm gonna connect these two. I'm gonna connect these two. Connect this as well. And then perhaps I will actually add another cut there. Maybe not. Yeah, let's see what that looks like though. Boop. Boop. Oh, whoops. Oh. Okay, so I need to. It doesn't know what I want to do. There we go. That either. I'm not even sure if this geometry makes sense, but I will figure it out. Okay. Do that. Kind of silly because this. I think I'm overcomplicating things. let's see what happens if I do this. As you can tell, I am very limited in my 3D perception. My ability to imagine what I'm building. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, whoops. I've got some ideas. Whoops. Why? 0. Okay. This is not elegant, but I'm gonna do it this way. There we go. This I do like it when the roof there is a bit steeper. And that's keeping in line with the French Renaissance style. Okay, now I can start detailing things a little bit. I've got ideas for the first floor. I haven't thought so much about the other floors. I think one of the last things I'll do is to simplify all of the geometry at the end. For now, I'm going to keep all of these levels of subdivision. Oh, look at this thing that my wife made. I can't tell. Yes, it's on camera. Yes, although I can't. It's Moxie from the Boss.
I work hard on it.
Yes, she worked very hard on it. Boop, 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 boop.
Do it look good?
It looks great.
It look great?
It looks great. Even without the coloring, I can see the expression and read it.
Okay, good. Thank you for your support. And I give you a kiss. Little
What type of... I could go for rustication at the ground floor, or I could go for I don't know what it's called, the classical horizontal line thing. But I think that rustication would actually be more appropriate for a townhouse. So in that case, it's probably going to be one of the lighter things that I do. But just gonna... Yes. There'll be a bit of work there. I'm gonna use geometry nodes in order to create bricks later on. But for now, suffice it to have two edges defined for that. What other geometry will be prominent? Okay. I think I'll have a trim cornice kind of thing on this first floor. It might extend into the second floor, so it might be more appropriate as like a trim. Okay, so let's go into the second floor. What's up, Whippy? Let's see what happens if I do this. Ah, okay. So it does what I want it to do, which is to create a face. Maybe that's not the proper approach. Okay, let's see what I can figure out here. What I want to do is create a profile for a trim or a cornice kind of thing. I'm gonna use curves in order to do it, and I'm gonna hope for the best. Whoops. Go. Now my camera's centered on this thing. Shouldn't matter too much what's behind the camera. What's behind the wall, that is. Something happened when I did that. Maybe I shouldn't bring the point to something. I do want hard edges though, so maybe this isn't the right approach. Okay, let's try another shape. Four-sided circle. In other words, a diamond. Let's see if I can bring this to this. I wonder if all the banging upstairs is audible. Oh well. The life of renting. It's not a very imaginative trim that I'm designing here. I wonder if I can give it some more interesting shapes by curving it a bit. I should be able to bevel vertices, not that I've ever done much of that. I'd prefer to do my editing non-destructively, however. So maybe I'll create a vertex group, bevel. It's just this one thing. Okay. Let's see if I can bevel vertices. That's fine. There we go. Okay, that looks slightly better, I think. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Let's take those trims and see if I forget how to do this. Huh. Whippy. Curve object. Okay, so I think I have this the wrong way. I've done this before, but I don't remember how to do it now. I think I need to convert these to curves, that's for sure. But then after that, is it... Okay, let's convert them to curves. The front... Is it simply choosing a profile object? I wonder. Oh wait, if I'm doing it this way, I just realized, then it really does mean that this has to be a curve, as opposed to a mere as opposed to merely being geometry. There are other ways to do this that don't involve converting this into a curve, because I don't know. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna take the front here, choose that, cursor to selected. Selection of cursor. Okay, I have to rotate this 2 ways. First, just bring it forward, so 90 degrees this way, and then negative 90 this way. It's going to be have to be a lot larger, as I'm figuring now. But anyways, I should now be. Is that how it's done? I might be doing this entirely wrong, and that's a-okay. I'm learning. I wish. Maybe it's because this thing has no depth to it. So what I'm gonna have to do then is to give it a solidify modifier. Oh no. Oh, okay, so it's out here for some reason. Does that mean... I mean, since this building is, I guess, rectilinear and straight along this front edge, I could just extrude the trim across, but that seems like an inflexible approach, and I'm not learning as much from it. Okay. Alright, I guess I'll figure it out at another time. When the specific technique is actually needed. Okay. Instead, then, I don't need this trim front and this trim back, because I'm not going to be doing things along a track. I'm just going to go ahead and do it the inelegant way, I guess. Okay, trim front. Okay, let's do this. EX. Stop snapping things. Active element. Whoop. There we go. I'm not proud of the way I'm doing this, but,
Oh no! Look out!
oh no. Here he comes with.
Yo. Oh. Little guy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, little guy. Oh, you get in the long track.
Wow.
And then you get a this. And then a couple more. Oh, the guy. Yeah. Little baby.
This is behind if you...
No.
Oh, it has been a long time. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. I wish that Tasha were also here. Whiffy. It's Abby.
Oh dang! Abby! What it do? It's been forever. Hi. I'm sorry we've been so absent.
Sorry we've been so absent. There hasn't been much... I don't know. A lot of life has been going on. Should be able to react to a message, right? I actually can. Oh my goodness, so you're too kind. Oh. Well, hopefully work's going well. How have you been, actually? Hmm. Ah, that's good to hear. Ah, end of a long work day, I assume. Um, actually, what are these wait. Is it? What is? I'm just working on a building, but, hmm.
What's going on over here?
Not much. I'm sweating, actually. This foot heater.
It is too much.
75 XP? Interesting. Can you attest to that?
XP.
What is this about experience?
Chatting experience.
I have no clue.
Uh, Let me find out.
Yes, Tasha will find out.
Also, being logged into this account would make it difficult to tell.
Well, we do know that I can see that you're like our, you know,
You're our top
our
fan.
top fan.
Number one. We always do have a lot of conversations in chat.
Mm-hmm. Must be some new feature. Oh, whoopsie daisy, what am I doing? It seems I've edited one side of this thing and not the other. I'm just gonna delete all of these then, and I'll stick with this side. I don't know, like, you should definitely stream, we definitely watch, but, as for monetization, I think we're we're a long ways off, actually. Our channel's like, I think there's some quota you have to hit, but we're far from it. But yeah, I mean, keeping it real, I mean, the economy's not doing well. Any bit of extra money counts. Everything's on fire. We do keep up with the news over down in the States. I can say that, I mean, not to get political or anything, but anyways, my my Etsy shop isn't selling down to the States for the indefinite future, just because of how messy the tariff situation is now. Yes, exactly, the tariff madness. I've heard that the postal service down there, the USPS, doesn't know how to collect tariffs yet, or something, and as international sellers, we're just expected to shoulder the cost of tariffs ourselves. So I don't know. I'm not the only international seller who's decided just to, you know, avoid, sidestep the United States altogether. But, oh well. It's madness. Yeah, things. I don't know. I often get caught in doom scrolling on Reddit, and it just. The, I don't know. I I don't want to say anything too sensitive on a stream, but at the same time, the situation is a dumpster fire from what I can tell down in the States, and it's just really unfortunate that a lot of people that we care about are going to be caught in the crossfire. Like, we've got friends, we've got family, a lot of people in the States. I mean, actually, wait, family. Do I have any family down in the States? No, just really close family friends and friends. Wow. I don't think you should give up on art, especially if it's something that you do for fun as well. Like, for instance, what I'm doing right now, it's probably never gonna see profits the same way it did back when the before the tariff war. But you know, I guess I don't have too many things I want to be doing with my time, so I'd rather be doing this than doing, I guess, than quitting doing this. No, actually, my sales have virtually plummeted. I I actually wrote an announcement on my shop that because of the tariff uncertainty, I'm just not selling to U.S. sellers, U.S. buyers rather, for the indefinite future, and I have not had. My international sales make up maybe 20% of what I had then, so I'm not. My shop is not profitable at this point, but but I still love doing what I do. So there's no, in my mind at least, there's no debate. You know, I'll keep doing this. Yeah. I think we're all going through a really tough time right now. Uh, it's a good thing I have my day job. Um, but And actually, Tasha has a lot of international sales, so she shouldn't be as affected. But um, you know, I imagine that if you're importing from China as well, and then with all the tariffs, it's just not feasible anymore. But yeah, I guess this this is in some sense an escape from all of the madness that's going on in the world. I wonder why this is positioned so oddly. It sure is. Realizing that I scaled all of these up, so I'm gonna have to return all of these to their original. There must be an easier way to do what I'm doing now. Unless I intended to do that. Oh my goodness. This is so silly. Okay. One. Okay. All of these are now base size. My thing about the prices is that right now Etsy doesn't let me charge a separate price for US sellers versus international sellers, and I'm not going to overcharge my international sellers or international buyers. Pardon me, I'm mixing things up. Anyways, I'm not going to overcharge my buyers internationally in order to compensate for the tariffs over in the States. So I'm just not selling to Americans because I don't want to charge my international customers more. I've heard, I think on the Etsy forum, someone mentioned some workaround where they could create a profile that would charge Americans more. But, you know, I'm speaking from an international perspective, and if I theoretically could charge Americans a separate price to compensate for any tariffs, then it might make sense to open my shop back up for Americans. But on that topic, my goods are actually Kuzma exempt, like exempt per the Canada, U.S., Mexico trade agreement. The thing with that though is that I have to certify each of my goods. It's not that much of an issue because everything I do is made in-house. I design it, I print it in our basement here, and then I assemble it, and everything is done here. So it does qualify for 0 tariffs. But I mean, your president doesn't seem to anytime he perceives what he thinks to be a disadvantage, he will just, even though it's his treaty, he will change it in order to make it more favorable for. Yeah, right. Okay, so I think I've made my point. It's just okay. So I'm gonna scale all of these up by one. Ah, yeah, exactly. I um it's just it's well, enough of the population supports everything that he's doing that from an outsider's perspective it doesn't seem like anything's going to change. And who knows, there'll be a 3rd term, and then America's just shooting itself in the foot. Cannot apply to a multi-user. Oh, interesting. Wonder what I just did there. Okay, so I can't do that. Interesting. Actually, that makes total sense. Okay. Interesting. Abuse. Okay. I can't imagine what it's like down there. It's just... You should come up here. Although things are a bit of a dumpster fire up in Canada as well. We're working on it, but The whole world just seems to be in a sorry state. Why this? And lava. Well, we've got the housing crisis in Canada. Recently, what's going on with that now? So there's been recent developments in our real estate market. I can't speak from from a very knowledgeable place, except that we've been looking to get a place, and because the housing market is so overpriced, people aren't buying anymore, and now we're seeing what seems to be the end of a housing bubble beginning. The end is nigh for the housing bubble, hopefully, and with all of the economic turmoil and people just not having jobs. Oh wow, maybe you should have maybe you should have come to Canada. But really, it's so unaffordable living here. Housing, even rent is expensive, let alone owning a home here. I think, to kind of give you an idea, a 500 square foot apartment here where we live around a Toronto area. We live in a more wealthy part of town, and the 500 square foot still regularly go for like 500K, which I think in American is at least 400K, I think. It's just, you pay so much to move into a shoebox apartment. And that's kind of the situation that a lot of young people are putting up with right now here, that no one can afford anything, and we're losing our jobs while we're at it because of the economic turmoil and because all that nonsense. So, it'd be great, it seems like this is a haven, but it's really, I think the grass is, well, I mean, compared to the United States, the grass would easily be greener on this side, but not in every regard, actually, because things are more affordable in the States, especially outside of California, I guess, Housing. I think all we can ever dream of is to have an apartment, just because of how unaffordable everything is. But I guess we could imagine what it would be like to have a house, and I don't know how much space we would really want, but we do have a lot of printers. I don't know. hopefully you will get to own a house. Hmm. But I guess, wait, if I read that message again, it's like, it would be difficult just even to rent one. Yeah, to rent a house hereabouts would be like easily $3,000 a month, I think. No, actually, we rent a basement in a town. Wait, it's not a townhome, it's a duplex. We're out in the suburbs, and you know, basements are what we can reasonably afford. I'm saving up my day job money so that maybe someday we can move into a shoebox apartment, as they're called. So shoebox condo. But that's gonna take a long time because we have to save up like maybe 300-400K unless we take out a mortgage. And then we want to retire as well. So that's our living situation. Oh, no, that's not the deposit. No, sorry, I'm being confusing, aren't I? Trying to do multiple things at the same time. The down payment would be, well, we can afford the down payment on an apartment or on a condo. You know, down payment of about 10 to 20% would be I guess average on a condo that costs full price about 500K. The deposit is about 10-20%, so about 50K to 100K. I wouldn't say we're far from there, but it's a huge financial burden to take on a mortgage. I don't know if I have that risk appetite. I probably could have done this in an easier way. Let's do it. Um, from what I've heard, the way that Canadian banks handle mortgages and such is a lot more secure, I guess, than the way they handle it down in the States. Like during the Great Recession, um, that would be over almost like what 15 years ago. A lot of and actually even more recently, I think American banks seem to be more loosely regulated, and they don't seem to hold as well when you know people start defaulting on their mortgages and that kind of stuff. But Canadian banks are very well regulated, and you wouldn't be able to secure a mortgage without a very you wouldn't be able to secure a mortgage unless you had a sizable down payment, and you were able to without a sizable down payment, and unless you were able to you know, they do a whole background check on whether you could actually afford the mortgage. They'd check your source of income, they'd check your employment history, all of that. It's one reason why if you're self-employed in Canada, it's a lot harder to actually get a mortgage for a house. So there's good and bad. The Canadian banks are a lot stabler as a result. You know, I don't have to worry about losing my money if I you know, deposit my money in the bank, but which is a very real concern in other parts of the world. But at the same time, we are very strict when it comes to lending in particular. Oh yeah, songs wise, I've been every now and then I'll have a burst of inspiration, so then I'll be able to work on music. Um, and it seems that now is one of those bursts of inspiration, so I've been able to make music recently. Um, like, I think some of the songs that I'm posting that are playing right now are newer songs. Um, but presumably you're getting off from work around now, so hopefully you're hopefully you can have some rest from a day of toil and labor. Hmm. Hmm. Welcome home. Welcome to your home. Um, another day. I take it was a long day. A lot of every day there's a long day. Oh, that's wow. Well, guess my day job is at a oh let me just heart. Thank you so much for saying that. It's really nice to hear from you as well. Actually, I can say over the past, I think, year, there's been a lot of guilt tripping on Tasha and my part. It's like we've been completely neglecting to stream, and Abby might be wondering what's up with us. And feel free to hop off anytime. Where, you know, it's just it's always nice when you drop by, but we are, I do hope to be streaming more often in the future. So, you know, you won't be missing anything. Oh. Well, I don't, well, I'm not on Twitter, so I don't know what's going on there. But, well, hopefully we'll see each other around more often. Yes, enjoy your dinner and see you next time. I'll tell Tasha that you said hi and bye. Okay, so I think I'll add an intermediate thing here. Okie doke. I think I'll make these topmost roofs a bit shorter. Windows a bit shorter. Towards the active element. That's more. That looks better. Wow, it's already 10 p.m. Interesting. Okay. That geometry is bases. I guess I'm going freestyle now. Yum, yum, yum. Hmm. There we go. I wonder what these reference reference buildings do for chimneys. Okay. This one gives me an idea. everything all right in there, Biffy? Oh, okay. There we go. Selected. all these blocks will eventually be supplemented with details. Right now I just need to get all of the proportions right. Go. Chimneys and windows in place. I'm looking up specific architectural terms right now. Specifically for okay, those things are called lucarnes. At least I think that's what they're called. Probably need to look up an article. Okay. Interesting. So I wouldn't call these elements that I'm adding lucarnes. I'd just call them dormers. Dormer windows. Okay. There is a batch rename function, but there are 3 windows. It shouldn't be necessary. I'll duplicate this right across. Hmm. 1.25. Guess I'll be working a little later tonight. Just because I'm not feeling that tired yet. Doesn't help that I had caffeine before this. What am I trying to do with this? Alright, one thing I was trying to do was to figure out all of the mesh data that I've used. Okay. Thank you for turning down the brightness.
Good night, everybody.
Yay.
Oh, Abby is gone.
Yeah.
I cry many times. Everyone go eat these.
Hey, Night Whiffy.
Night. Mwah.
Wow.
And you mwah.
Wow.
And I smooch. Good guy. You got this.
Thank you, Whiffy.
Don't stay up too late now.
Yes, you're right. I will join you shortly.
Yeah, I'll probably already be asleep.
Oh, okay. I'll get some sleep. Love you too. do something different here. I don't know what these things are called, so I'm just gonna name them whatever, I guess. Okay, so let's see. markers. Oh, there we go. There we go. I have to think of some fancy brickwork around here. Fancy brick and stonework around these edges on the side. I guess I can start designing the windows. 11 o'clock. Okay. Okay. 1.6. For anyone who's watching, you might notice that I'm a stickler for perfect increments. I guess it's part of my personality that I don't like ambiguity in these sorts of things. I always prefer a system. Systematic approach to modeling, even. think of these songs that I've made, and when making them, there's always. I feel I'm always grasping at some stronger emotion than I'm able to convey in the music. And the music that results from my process is only scratches the surface of what I'm feeling when I make the music. I think that's just a creative struggle in general. I mean to say that we're kind of grasping at emotions and concepts and ideas and trying to bring them into reality. But always falling short. Always a good idea to keep an eye on what ideas look like in context. You okay with me? Was that you, Iffy? Huh. Oh. What? Spider. Where at? Oh dear. Perhaps I'll go and check on with you. Oh. Oh. Well, then, I suppose I have to call it a night. Okie doke. Call it a night. Okay. Guess I'm wrapping up this stream. Okay, this is what I've got so far. It's okay for a first start. Well then, guess I'm calling it a stream then. Until next time. Thank you for joining me this evening.